Dr. Darrow, I think when you're talking with parents about their kids heading back into school, the first thing they want to know is, my child going to be safe? What does security look like in your district, and what changes maybe have been made?
First of all, that's our top priority. School safety is and always will be our top priority. It doesn't matter how many gold balls you win in sports or academic achievements. If the kids aren't safe, then we're not doing our job. So continue to place that our top priority. Several things that we've done. We actually passed a bond issue this past year with targeted for several $100,000 for the next 9 years towards school safety, which we're going to spend that money on enhancing our video cameras. This past year, we went through a run, hide, fight training. Every school employee spent a day going through that training. We've expanded our campus police force to 7 police officers, which is more than double what it was several years ago. So again, we continue to just address any weakness that we might have and continuing to place that as a top priority, and it always will be.
What about in Guthrie?
Learning can't be a focus unless everyone feels safe, and so that is our top priority as well. For a number of years now, we've had an SRO or an off-duty officer in every building that's open with students. We have secure vestibules that we put in several years ago on all of our sites except for one that we're actually replacing that site this year with a new building. We've been through a lot of training. We do processes with our local police department, our SROs, where we do exercises, and we have a lot of things. We have several things that we don't even let the community know that are things in the background that provide us with an extra layer of safety as well.
And I know there can be differences in district sizes and when certain buildings were built. You know, it's much harder to secure a building that was built decades ago than a newer building. What are some of the challenges that you might be seeing right now when it comes to security and making sure that your buildings are secure?
Well, some of the things are that you wouldn't think about are fencing. So, you know, you think about the way neighborhoods were platted back in the 50s and 60s, and you have a neighborhood school built on a giant lot, and that whole lot is open to the community, but then you have the playground area that is also open to the community. Well, we don't need people using our playgrounds for mischief or whatever on the weekends, and so one of the things that we put in our bond, we passed a large bond last October, and it has about $9 million worth of safety upgrades in it. And one of those is perimeter fencing around all of our playgrounds or around all of our buildings where students go outside during any part of the day. We don't want where our students are to be accessible from the street. And so that, in addition to that, we've added cameras, upgraded some cameras, replacing doors and locks to make them ADA accessible, but also the highest degree of security for every classroom. And like Mike was saying, there are also tabletop exercises that we do with local law enforcement, so that we do a lot of background planning and just, you know, scenario consideration to try to think about what our reaction would be in different situations.
Dr. Cobb, we have unfortunately the deadly high school football shooting. We did see a loaded gun brought into a school. What is the biggest concern that can be fixed when it comes to firearms and comes to violence within your school district?
Well, one of the things that is different this year in Middale is that every secondary student will be required to, if they have a backpack, they have to have a clear one, and we put out specifications for that all summer. We heard a little bit of feedback from it that wasn't all positive, but most of it was. Most of the people in our community are happy that we're taking measures to keep our schools just a little bit safer. And you know, you can't ever guarantee anything. All you can do is take measures to mitigate whatever risks there are. And so we try to get better about that every single year.
And I'm going to share also in regards of the challenges in regards of safety. For me, it's everyone understanding it's not just the school's part. I plead to families to ensure students know how they are to get home, because as safety, we need to ensure they're getting home. But even to the point of, where's a rally point for my family? Have those discussions at home. So the challenge is, we're doing it, but I also need my families to know what are the expectations for your child if a crisis takes place. place. And if we practice that if it happens, then we are actually just in auto mode because I know what's expected of me.
What do you mean by how students are getting home?
In the evenings, it's all exciting to get ready and prepared for the first day of school. You lay all your supplies out and you count them and you put them back in your backpack. Come to school, you get lunch, it's time to get home. Am I expected to ride the bus? Am I expected to? We forget that aspect of who's picking them up. And we have a thing, of course, as everyone, where you fill out your registration card because we need to know who is authorized to pick up your child. We will not just pass a kid to the next adult. So that's why I'm saying, what are those protocols that are in place for you and your family in regards of being safe?
Is this an issue that many of you all see?
It's the most stressful part of starting school. Is
Interesting.
at the end of the day, wondering which kid is going to get on the wrong bus or get off at the wrong stop. And that's been basically my whole career, being an elementary person, is always wondering which one of my kids is going to get lost. And so when you put it up to a district level where you got 8,000 students, it's a lot of kids to worry about which one's going to get lost. In Deer Creek, we started about 2 years ago an app on our buses where the students badge in on the bus and they badge off, and actually the parents can look on the app to kind of track their kid almost like an Uber.
It's happened almost every year that I've been a superintendent, and with us, we've got a whole lot of rural Logan County, 232 square miles. So it's the sheriff and I, our county sheriff and I are good friends, and there's a reason for that.
You're the carpool, apparently.
Sometimes we are.
Taking kids home later.
That's right.
What's going on in Hera as far as school
Well, to be
security?
honest with you, one of the things that came up that was a real eye-opener for us was a situation happened in our back door. I mean, with Choctaw, and you kind of alluded to that situation that came up. And, in Hera, everybody is safe, everyone knows everyone, and that sort of thing. But when something like that happens in your backyard, you really have to put everything under a microscope. And it's looking at all of our secondary activities and looking at what our typical protocol is and revamping everything. We were able to use some of the state dollars to afford some metal detectors. We amped up our security guards that were at the activity functions and things. But just looking at things like fencing, things like lighting, things like kind of dead spots in your areas where kids could be or adults could be or something like that. But it's really putting everything out on the table and saying, what are all the pieces that we can address that are within our control? And I think that was the biggest part. But to kind of go back to the school safety, which it is absolutely the priority. We had a bond issue back in October that addressed that specifically. A lot of our buildings are probably built anywhere between the early 70s and all the way through the 80s and early 90s. So, school security wasn't quite as pressing issue as it is now. So had a lot of doors that were leading out to different parts of the campuses and things like that weren't closely monitored as closely as they were 5 years ago. We've had to go through and basically with this bond issue, we're able to readdress all of our security issues.
Let me ask you just really quickly on what we saw at the football game. Unfortunately, a young life was lost, a deadly shooting. It was one of the first games of the season. I know you all are administrators, and so you look at things from a procedural standpoint. What can be done, what can be done differently. But what did that do to you personally when that happened that night? Dr. Cobb, what was that like for you as the leader of your district?
It's the most crushing thing I've ever been through. And, as we're getting geared up for this school year and this football season, we're dealing with, I think, some delayed trauma or more, water being poured on it again, anniversaries of those events coming up. We had spent the entire year leading up to that working on procedures for our home games. And I feel like we have great procedures in place for events that we host, large events, and not just football, basketball, or elementary music festival. Using the weapon detection systems that we bought at those events has just become an expectation, just like when you go to a concert at the Zoo Amphitheater or to a Thunder game. I don't think anybody blinks twice about having to walk through that system. And so it's good that we have that in place. But we also know that that's not the case everywhere, or some people are building up to that. And so it's on us to work with the schools that we're playing as a visitor and make sure we understand what their procedures are, what their expectations are for our fans. Try to communicate that to our people. Communication, for all of the physical things that we can do around safety and security, communication is still the biggest piece of that puzzle.
I can see that that makes you emotional, even just talking about it. I think it hits you personally, probably maybe all of you, you know, seeing a loss like that at a high school game that's supposed to be, you know, an exciting time of competition. But it's an important thing to talk about and to, sorry.
That's all right, you're good. You're good.
But to discuss and to work through, and it is something that we hear from a lot of parents is wondering, you know, is my child going to be safe when they not only go to school but when they go to these other activities?
I would just say we're never done. This is a task that you've never checked the box on. It's just something that you continually work on. We had a long, extensive meeting last week about athletic events, and again, it's just you've never. You can always do more. You can always do more. You're never done.
Yeah.
And it's a shared responsibility. I'm thankful. We have a parent organization, Deer Creek Foundation, which a lot of districts have school foundations that are basically ran by the community and by parents. And our group really has been focusing in on a safety initiative to provide extra protection for the doors in all of the classrooms in the district. And we received a pretty big grant from Casey's recently that's going to really help push them toward that goal. And we're really excited about them being able to fulfill that goal and be able to get those items for the classrooms to be put into use. And it's a constant thing. It's never ends. Even if you think you've got it perfect, you don't. It's never stops.
Yeah, thank you. And Rick, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
I know that was emotional, but I appreciate you sharing that. We have a lot to get to as you continue to watch our Superintendent Roundtable. We are talking specifics in your child's classroom. Where are the shortages? We're talking money, the funding, what you need to know straight ahead.